Today's movie is a special request from Patreon supporter Ted Harrington, who asked me to review the movie The Devil's Reign. And this is one movie that's a prime candidate for this show. Why?
I'll face whatever you have behind those doors. And come out exactly as I went in.
That's right. Prepare to get shat on, people. The Devil's Reign is a 1975 Mexican-American horror movie from British director Robert Fust, who also made The Abominable Dr. Phibes, as well as a little movie called The Final Program. Over the years, the movie's gained a cult following, both for its noteworthy cast, which includes people like Ernest Borgnine, Tom Skerritt, Keenan Wynn, and of course William Shatner, but also because Church of Satan founder Anton LaVey was a technical advisor on the movie. Now you may be wondering just how authentic a movie about devil worship could possibly be, considering it's rated PG, but keep in mind this is a 70s PG, which means there could be some genuine human sacrifice in this movie. Or at the very least some fairy nips. One thing's for sure, this foreign poster of the movie's definitely hoping for a nip slip. Damn, this movie is so satanic it smushed Bryan Cranston's name into one word. Just kidding, Bryan Cranston would never be in a movie like this. He only does more dignified stuff like voicing monsters on Power Rangers. And here's how important the movie considers William Shatner. He's listed as a co-star despite the fact that he's one of the main characters. Oh, and somebody called Travolta's also in the movie. I don't know who that is. In addition to starring William Shatner, the movie was also edited by Michael... And if you think the credits have been weird so far... The people in that painting do not sound like they want to be in this movie. If anyone's wondering what Anton LaVey's job on the movie was, he advised how to properly sacrifice chickens before they were served at the craft services table. And how can this movie possibly be satanic? It opens with a shot of a Jesus Joe action figure.
I've just made you a fresh pot of coffee, Mrs. Preston.
No, not coffee. Haven't you heard?
There's no coffee here in Nilbog. It's the devil's drink.
This is Emma Preston, played by veteran actress Ida Lupino, who you might recognize from The Food of the Gods. Luckily, there's no giant rats around this time, just some really big hams. Shatner plays Ida's son Mark, and even though he's traded his Starfleet uniform for some flannel, Bill still seems to be in Captain Kirk mode.
It's all right.
Is he about to seduce his own mother? Mark was looking for his father, who's mysteriously gone missing, but it's okay, he was just getting some plastic surgery. Don't worry, it'll look fine once it heals.
The book. Corbus.
Where is Corbus?
Even William Shatner's dialogue sounds like it could be from a Star Trek episode. And forget Corbus, where the fuck are your dad's eyes?
Give Corbus what belongs to him.
That wasn't your father.
It was his face.
Wait, it was? Well, let this be a lesson to you kids. You worship Satan, you dissolve into a pile of gelatinous goo. On the plus side, this means you don't have to get your dad a coffin. Now you just need to hose him off the driveway. So there's a guy called Corbus, and he's all Satan-y, and he wants this book the family has for some reason. I'll give the movie this, it doesn't waste any time putting you in the middle of things. It almost feels like there was an entire first act that got cut. Well, that does it. Time for Shatner to go all impulse on Satan's ass.
Take this with you. Corbus can't harm you as long as you wear this amulet.
If you have a magic amulet that can protect against Satan, you probably should have given that to your husband before he saw Corbus. And what the hell is this? Satanists also believe in voodoo? Well, now I don't know what to think. Oh, and in case you were doubting how powerful the Satanists are, in the few seconds it took for Shatner to go out to his truck, they managed to string this guy up, ransack the house, and kidnap his mother. Say what you want about Satan, but the guy works fast. Oh well, at least Shatner still has that amulet he bought at Comic-Con.
I'll be back.
Listen, I don't have time to call an ambulance, so just sit tight and bleed until I get back, I guess. Alright, time to find Satan. Or since they're filming in Mexico, I suppose I should call him El Diablo. Shatner eventually makes his way to an old ghost town. I can't tell if this is a set from an Old West movie or a Star Trek episode where they go to an Old West planet. Oh well, just ask Ernest Borgnine what's going on. He's usually cheerful and friendly, despite what his eyebrows say.
Use some water?
Bitter.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, instead of turning water into wine, Satan turns it into Old Milwaukee. So in case you hadn't figured it out, Ernest Borgnine is really Corbus, and he offers Shatner a challenge.
A challenge? My faith against yours.
Whoa, careful there, Bill. Remember, John Travolta's in this movie, and if he's a Scientologist, you do not want to fuck with them. They have lawyers up the ass in Hollywood.
For my mother and father. They go with me if I win.
And if you lose?
You'll be forced to star in Kingdom of the Spiders. And what the hell is this? You mean Satanic Church is the same as regular church? You just sit in a pew and chant stuff? I was hoping for an orgy.
In the name of Satan, ruler of the earth, king of the world,
I command the forces of darkness to bestow their infernal power upon heaven.
Yeah, nice try, Shatner, but everybody knows you're Jewish. I don't think your amulet's gonna be much help either, considering Ernest Borgnine's is a lot more metal than yours. On the bright side, at least you found your mom.
My son, we have made a place for you here, and you will know the peace of mind that I have found.
I gotta admit, the blacked out eyes are actually a pretty creepy idea, although in high-def versions of the movie, you can really see the material used to cover the eyes. I guess some things really are better seen on a grainy VHS tape.
Seize him!
Oh shit, the Satanists are really filled with delicious gelato.
is that your faith?
Damn straight, I believe in Jesus and the Second Amendment, motherfucker. Too bad this isn't a Star Trek episode. Bill could just ask Scotty to beam him up right now. And if you were wondering just how powerful Corbus is...
Behold!
Oh shit, Satan has the power of jump cuts. Well, you tried rescuing your family, now time to haul ass and get the hell out of there. What? Ah, damn it, I knew I should have locked my doors.
Soon the family name of Preston will be no more.
Mrs. Preston, my associate's wife, is consciously controlling the rate of her heartbeat.
Oh yeah, did you know Shatner also has a brother and a sister-in-law? I didn't because they don't introduce him until half an hour in. Fun fact, in the 70s, university classes were taught by porn stars. Tom Skerritt plays Mark's brother... Tom. Okay, that makes my job easier since I was probably just gonna call him Tom anyway. Tom's wife Julie has ESP and can apparently see into the future... I think? I don't know, maybe the editor's the one with ESP. Damn, usually she doesn't scream like that unless Tom gives her a mustache tickle in just the right spot. Speaking of which, I think the only reason Keenan Wynn is in this movie is so he can have a stash off with Tom Skerritt.
Now look, son, if I had 100 men to help me, it's gonna take me a long time to clean up that mess the storm left me. I'm gonna look for your folks, but I can't spare one man to go down there to that ghost town.
I would say Keenan Wynn would rather be in the dark, but so far this is better than that movie. Because the police aren't able to help, Tom and Julie decide to go look for Mark themselves.
We better get going.
Wait, before you go, could you give me a ride to the hospital? I'm pretty sure I've got some broken bones and maybe a concussion from last night and... Oh, okay, I'll just stay here then. Have a nice trip. Back in the town, it looks like the Satanists are really botching Shatner's tattoo. At least they try making it up to him.
Behold, Lilith, Queen of Delights.
Hey, that's not Lilith. This is Lilith. And haha, you were actually making out with your mom. I knew there was some sexual tension between you two. Jeez, things look pretty bad. Hopefully Tom and Julie get there in time to save them. My porn stash sense is tingling. Guess they better check things out.
I've seen churches like this in New England. It doesn't belong here.
A creepy abandoned church doesn't belong in a creepy abandoned town? By the looks of things, the denomination of this place is the Church of Merciful Fate. Okay, maybe it's something else.
Reggae Satanis.
I knew it! Satanic Rastafarians! Tom and Julie end up getting stranded when the Satanists blow up their car, and on a side note, the characters in this movie really need to lock their fucking doors. Oh well, at least somebody decided to take Shatner's car out for a joyride. Although I think they probably should have just got in and left instead of trying to find out who was driving it. Oh, and in case anyone was wondering when we were going to see John Travolta in this movie... Oh my god, I'm about to attack you with something. Ah, jeez. Yes, that really is John Travolta in his very first movie role. Although I'll admit, after watching this the first time, I had to look up who he was in the movie since I didn't recognize him. Hey, every A-lister's gotta start somewhere, right?
What is it, Julie? What are you seeing?
More than him, that's for sure. Okay, actually Julie has a flashback to when the world was sepia tone for what I assume is the origin of Satanic Thanksgiving. Turns out Corbus was the leader of a satanic cult hundreds of years ago, and one of his disciples was Shatner's ancestor, who somehow had an even less convincing toupee. Corbus gets ratted out by Shatner's wife, and the townspeople decide to burn him as a witch, because when did people ever get that wrong back then? So Corbus vows to come back and harass Shatner's descendants for all eternity, or at least until he gets a steady gig on Airwolf.
Julie! Who is burning? What are you talking about?
Yeah, Julie, you've been acting weird ever since this Isla zombie guy attacked us. Is there something strange going on here? Well, just like Shatner learned earlier, when things start getting weird, get the fuck out of Dodge.
You can't go back there, Tom.
Yeah, he does. There's still 35 minutes of the movie left. At least Julie's able to get back safe and sound. Or does she? Jesus, Julie, she just wanted to ride to the store so she could pick up some Visine. Also, I thought you were supposed to be psychic. How the hell did you not know she was back there? Alright, everybody, hop to it. We gotta finish shooting this Candlemas music video before sundown. And whether he's playing Captain Kirk or in this movie, at some point Shatner's gotta take his shirt off. Yeah, don't worry, Tom. I'm sure you'll blend right in. Just be casual and act Satan-y. Corbus begins the ceremony, and to start off he's gonna sacrifice a goat by stabbing it with his eyebrows. Actually, maybe I shouldn't have mentioned goats, since do you know what happens next?
Who calls me from out of the pit?
That's right, Ernest Borgnine goes full goat boy in this movie. Not to worry though, there's Anton LaVey at the ceremony. That's how you know all this is authentic. And lo, we shall burn the ceremonial Mego action figure and pledge his soul to Satan.
Be friendly unto him, for I am the same, the true worshipper of the highest.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you one of the most important scenes in horror movie history. Indirectly. A mold of William Shatner's face from this movie was used to create a Captain Kirk mask, and if it looks familiar at all, that's because it was later modified to create Michael Myers' mask in Halloween. And in this scene where Shatner's eyes are blacked out, you can really see it. See, without this movie, we might not have one of the most iconic horror movie killers ever. The only way this could be more influential is if they then put a hockey mask over his face. Shatner then pledges his soul to Satan. I guess he had to get back to playing Captain Kirk somehow. The Satanists also see through Tom's flawless disguise, but if all else fails, just start shooting. Seems to work pretty well. Okay, Tom, I know things look a little bad right now, but in a few years, you'll get to be an alien. One way to make sure this movie's rated PG, just have the blood come in 2 different flavors.
Okay, where's Julie then?
Alright, well the editor's telling me Tom made it home safely, so that's good. You know, considering Corbus is doing all this to get that book the family has, maybe you should tell us what's in it now that we're over an hour in.
It's a registry of the people, the names of the people that he converted to Satan. These are people who believe that they've sold their souls to the devil.
Wow, the names of almost every powerful person in Hollywood is in here. Even Tom Hanks! So it turns out that if Corbus ever gets the book, he'll be able to deliver all the souls he's taken to Satan, or something like that. I'm beginning to think this is really just a copy of the script since it has the movie's title written in there.
That Devil's Reign. That's new to me. I've never heard of that.
Oh, you haven't? That's where you give somebody a golden shower after eating a bunch of asparagus. So I've heard. Okay, actually the Devil's Reign is this big, fancy, vase-looking thing that houses all the souls of Corbus's followers and is the source of his power, or something. Again, I'm just waiting for the orgy to start here.
Jared.
Alright, Tom, there's only room for one awesome mustache in this town. And apparently it's yours, never mind. Oh, and by the way, fellas, great job bringing the book Corbus needs to deliver his souls to Satan with you so he can easily take it. Haven't you two ever heard of a safety deposit box? Alright, we've been building it up the whole movie. Now let's get this satanic sex orgy started.
Jelly!
Oh, you idiot. You have a shotgun. Why didn't you use that? You've seen it works on him before. Now you've been captured by the Satanists. Okay, I know I already made the Halloween connection, but when Shatner tilts his head here, he really does look a lot like Michael Myers. Alright, begin the sacrifice, and then we will rock out with our cocks out. Thankfully, Tom and the Doc still have one trump card up their sleeve.
Unless you allow Tom and Julie Preston to leave here safely,
I will destroy the Devil's Reign!
Even if he does let him go, he should probably do that anyway, considering all the souls of innocent people it has inside. I'm just saying. Well, that didn't work. I probably should have kept that shotgun. It really would have come in handy right about now. However, the Doc tries to appeal to Shatner's humanity to get him to destroy the Devil's Reign. No, that's not gonna work. Other than Star Trek, this is one of Shatner's most famous movie roles. Hey, that vase belonged to my grandmother! You're paying for that, asshole! Even though the bottle's called the Devil's Reign, I didn't think destroying it would bring actual rain. Maybe instead of robes, the Satanists should have wore rain slickers. And even though this movie's rated PG, it's still a 70s PG, and this movie is gonna earn that rating, goddammit. I'm not joking, this melting sequence takes up more than 5 minutes of screen time. They must have been really proud of these effects. Meanwhile, it looks like Ernest Borgnine is transforming into the monster from Terror Vision. No, I've been defeated! And we just booked that Marilyn Manson concert for next week. This just goes to show that the only way to truly defeat Satan is with Jesus' love. Or, you know, violence, that works too. Well, the church has been destroyed, which means the Satanists have been defeated. Or have they? So yeah, turns out Corbus is still alive and Tom's wife is now trapped in the Devil's Reign. Even though Shatner destroyed it earlier. I guess I shouldn't ask too many questions, since according to the movie's poster, this has the most incredible ending of any movie ever. Suck it, the usual suspects. During its initial release, The Devil's Reign received mostly negative reviews, but over the years it's gained a cult following, mainly due to its cast and Anton LaVey's involvement. Plus, you know, the Michael Myers thing probably didn't hurt. So is this a case of an underrated movie not getting its due when it was first released? Or is it mainly remembered as an entertainingly bad movie?
Who calls me from out of the pit?
Yeah, it's mainly the second thing. The 70s had its fair share of occult and satanic-themed horror movies, and The Devil's Reign is not what I would call one of the scarier ones. There are some decent ideas, like the eyeless cultists in the finale where everyone melts into goop, but most of the entertainment value here comes from stuff like watching Ernest Borgnine try to act scary while wearing goat makeup. And the fact that the movie takes itself so seriously while all this ridiculous stuff is going on only adds to the camp factor. This one's good for a few laughs, but for a movie that involved a real-life Satanist, don't expect anything too scary. In the end, though, it's still good that it got made, because without it, we might not have Halloween. Which also means we might not have Halloween Resurrection, so... bit of a mixed bag there, actually. Well, that's all for now. Until next time.